Alright, here's my 2005 Ford Excursion. If you look close, there's little nicks and scrapes from kick-ups from stuff on the highway. So lots of little tiny spots there. A little dent down there. Little thing I should probably buff out. A little bigger of a dent and scratch there. That's the most of the damage on this vehicle. There's little nicks, and here's a little tiny dent there from when a massive tree fell on it. There's a little bit of a piece of this that's missing. It's all of, okay, I guess it's about 8 inches of the fender there. So that one goes all the way out to the edge. This one stops there. A little bit of cracking in here. The antenna's a little bent, not too much. I have a 6-year-old that has fun playing around here. But this side is all in pretty good shape. A few buffs there. On the back, there's a little dent there. A little bit of rust on this bumper here. This trail hitch is attached with something that requires a key, but the keyhole is all corroded over, so if you ever want to swap this thing or rotate it, you'll need to take a hacksaw to that and cut it off. This trailer connection here, it's not attached to this anymore, but it works great. I use this on my trailer all the time, and it's got another hookup for that kind of connector. Over here, there's a little chip and a little dent. The fairing is here, it's off just a little bit. A little scratch there. A couple more little scratches there. This rear wheel here is a little discolored. I've taken it to the mechanic a few times. Sometimes it smells funny when I'm done driving. They said it's got a very slow leak of brake fluid that drops onto it and heats up and smells funny. But there's nothing wrong with it. The brakes work fine and everything's good. It's just got a drop or two comes out when you drive it. Over here, everything else is in pretty good shape. Another line there. It's all the way around here. Inside, let's see. Door's in pretty good shape. All the buttons and everything works just fine here. A little cracking there. The seat is otherwise in pretty good shape and comfortable. This armrest is cracked here. That's the only part of the interior that's got cracking. Other than that little bit that's down here, it's been worn through on this foot covering. format. The other one is all just fine. This interior is all just fine here. There's no cracking or anything on this. This had a Sirius radio hookup originally when I bought it. Oh, there's a string down there. There's some little staining on these carpets. Some more than just a little. Go through the back and we'll pop the back open. Scraping there. A little bit of staining here. Looks perfectly clean underneath this though. The seat pops out. If you need to do any heavy stuff, this top part also folds over, so if you want to just lower this without pulling the whole seat out, you can. These front seats over here also fold down and slide up. Other than that, everything looks pretty decent. We'll fire this thing up and take it for a drive. My dog likes to go with me. So it's a diesel, so you need to let the heating coils warm up a little bit. That's on a cold start. It's probably 40 degrees outside. But there's no check engine lights on. Let's see, we're at 261k miles. So our temperature is 43 degrees. Just had the front rotors replaced. There was one that was warped that was causing the car to shake when we hit the brakes, but that's now been resolved. It's very smooth driving. Every once in a while the fuel gauge will drop to empty, and it'll stay that way until you turn off the car and start it back up again. Happens maybe once a month or two. Every once in a while, once a year or so, the air conditioner will stop running, and the official solution that I found on the forums to fix that was to turn the headlights on and off again, and that turns the cooling system back up, and it's worked every time. It's kind of weird, but apparently that's a Ford thing. I've run into a couple of periods where when you accelerate, the car just kind of stutters a little bit. It doesn't accelerate very fast, and you can just kind of hear it chugging as it tries to pick up speed. When you replace the fuel filter, that solves that problem. For a diesel truck, this is a very smooth ride. It's a very comfortable ride. I've driven, before this I had a diesel F350 from 95-ish or so, and that was a very bouncy, rough ride. But this is very comfortable for driving long distances. We've taken this on month-long road trips around the country, and it's done very well. I forded rivers in Yellowstone with this, and it's done very well with that. It's got four-wheel drive, so if you get stuck in the mud somewhere, you can pop it into four-wheel drive and you get unstuck. I've learned very quickly when I was driving that F350 that I had before that didn't have four-wheel drive, that when you have a vehicle that big and you ever go in the mud or dirt that turns into mud later, it's a bad idea to not have four-wheel drive, because there's not many vehicles around that can pull you out. The heater works great, the air conditioner works great. The rear vents in the back, it has heating, but I guess the air conditioning doesn't come through the vents in the back. I never found out if that was an issue with this truck or if it's just the way it's designed, but I expect it's just the way this car's designed. Internally, it has a CD player in it. It holds 6 CDs inside. So you just put this thing in there and choose which tray and slide fits into. There's also a DVD player in here. You can pop in DVDs and watch it on the screen in the back. I guess I should give a view show of that. Kids really like it on those month-long road trips. But it accelerates pretty decently for a diesel. have until your tank is empty and what kind of mileage you're getting. These go out pretty commonly. I just had to resolder the connectors on there and inside. It worked again. I guess the original solder that they use for those doesn't work well when the car gets hot. You got glass covers or sunglasses. Put a some kind of remote or something in there. It has programming for 3 garage doors there if you want. The lights here work. I think that one might be out. Yeah, that one needs to be fixed. And there is the DVD screen and temperature controls there. There's a DVD player there. You can also hook up I listen to audiobooks or something on my cell phone. I run a cable to these audio connectors here and listen to my audiobooks or MP3s that way. It's got a bunch of access points for power. I think this one may be out, might need a new fuse. This one works. There's one at this rear console down here, and there's another one in the very back. But that is the vehicle. Cup holders pop out. Not even sure what this is. Alright. Have most of our maintenance working stuff in there, I think. That's the vehicle. It's an excellent vehicle. I've loved it. It's taken me everywhere I've wanted to go. And I'm sad to see it go, but enjoy.